Welcome to Cape and Mount Carmel Auditorium. We are pleased to have you join us in today's performance. Before we begin, please take a moment to locate the exits in an event of an unlikely emergency. Please note that any recording of this performance, either through video or photograph, is strictly prohibited. Please take a brief moment to turn off all sound producing and all light producing devices. Please turn off all electronic devices, including cell phones, and unwrap any cellophane wrapped candies. Should you need to make or take a phone call or respond to a text message, please exit the auditorium to do so. As a final reminder, please ensure a face mask is on at all times and maintain social distancing while in the building. Thank you for being here. We hope you enjoyed today's performance and look forward to seeing you at our next production.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days brings in a new moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers out my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly seek themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirits of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaints against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice, verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. My gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, fair Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father look but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power that I am made bold, nor how it concerns my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I do beseech your grace that I may know the worst to befall me in the case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun forever. For I, to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold and fruitless moon. Thrice blessed are they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which on the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father, or to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and of all my right of her, I do would say it unto Demetrius.
My lord, I am as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is greater than his. My fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage on Demetrius's. And, which is more than all these boasts can bear, I am beloved of the beauteous Hermia. Why then should I not prosecute my right? Demetrius, all avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess I had heard as much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being so overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But come Aegeus, and come Demetrius, I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Come, Aegeus, come, Demetrius. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something that nearly concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
I, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But neither it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgraft in respect of years.
Spite, too old to be engaged to young.
Perhaps it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were sympathy and choice, war, death, and sickness did devour it up, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, as short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the colleague night that in a spleen doth unfold both the heaven and the earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. How quickly bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to hopes and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she regards me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There will I wait for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which kindled souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vow that ever men have broken, number more than ever women spoke. In the place thou hast appointed to me, tomorrow truly I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again none say. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair! Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark the shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, oh, were favor so. Yours what I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye should catch your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to you to be translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silvery visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time which lovers' flights doth still conceal. Through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food tomorrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some over others some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity. Love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But hearing me nigh to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
Now, good Quincy, say what the play treats on, and then read the names of the actors and so to go to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, Quincy, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Bottom, flute, snug, snout, and starveling. Enter as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready? Say what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Yes! What is Pyramus?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
This will call for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms, that I will condole in some measure. To the rest. Yet, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to Terracatin. Oh, to make all splits. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebe's car shall shine from afar and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
Oh, what is this, be a wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must look on.
Hey, Faith, let me not play a woman, I have a beard coming.
That's a one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face too. Let me play Thisbe. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe!
Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear! My lover and lady dear!
No, no, no. You must play Pyramus and flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Snell the tinker.
Here, Quince.
You, Thisbe's father. Myself, Pyramus's father. Snug the joiner, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is the play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will have the Duke say, "Let him roar again! Let him roar again!"
And you should do it too terribly that you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
I grant you, friends, if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar, try any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a loving man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most proper, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard right, Clayton?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it. And either your straw-colored beard, your orange-tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfite yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I'm to entreat you, request you, and implore you to come by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood a mile without the town by moonlight. There will we rehearse, for if we meet in this city, we would be dogged by company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of property such as our play once. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfite. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold, or cut bowstrings.
Whither wander you? Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen, to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, and those freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, though, lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon. The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a loved boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have him knight of his train to trace forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish bright called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not she that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no barm, mislead white wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they should have good luck. Are you not she?
Thou speakest aright. I am the merrier wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly fowl. And sometime lurk I in a gossip's bough, in the very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks, on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale, for a 3-foot-stool sometime mistaketh me. Then I slip from her bum, down tumble she, and Taylor, she cries, and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And hear my mistress that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corinne sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to a Moor's Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India, but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon? Your buskin mistress and warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing that I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night, from Periguna, whom he ravisheth, and to make him with fair eagles break his faith with
These
Ariadne
are the
and
forgeries
Antiopa?
of jealousy! And never, since the middle summer spring, met we on hill, in forest, dale, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain as in revenge, has sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox has therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned fields, the 9 men's moors is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes of the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of the floods, pale in her anger washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the laps of the crimson rose, and on old himes a thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds, as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world in their increase knows not which is this. And the progency of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and originals.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest, the fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress in my order, and full often has she gossiped by my side in the spiced India air by night. When we sat on Neptune's yellow sands, mocking thy embarked traders of the floods, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, would sail upon the land and fetch me trifles, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she being mortal, that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day, if thou shalt patiently dance in our revels and see our moonlight. Go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your heart.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music?
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft so smartly from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial vultures pass it on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet I marked where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk-white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having one for this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And before I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you that I do not, nor cannot love you?
And even for that, I do love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you spurn me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on thee.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that does not love you, to trust the opportunity of the night, and the ill counsel of this desert place, with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that, it is not night when I do see your face, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest have not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow, do not believe. But I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
I in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. By Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We were not made to be wooed. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a place where the wild thyme blows, where the oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed white enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me here ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a round on a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute, hence. Some to kill cankers in the muck-rose buds. Some war with reremis for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats. Then hold some back. The clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wanders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now to sleep into your offices and let me rest.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs made unseen, boots and bindworms to lure on. Come not near a fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing ours with lullaby. Lullaby, lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm come Lady Night. So good night with lullaby, lullaby. So good night with lullaby, lullaby.
Hence, away, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce, or cat, or bear, pard, or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak truth, I have lost our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out to bed, for thy upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one truth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath. So then, two bosoms and a single truth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen, to that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed, sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love.
Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here, the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground.
Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth own. When thou wakest, let love forbid. Sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now go to Oberon.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here, the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this charm doth own. When thou wakest, let love forbid. Sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now go to Oberon.
Nay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkly leave me? Do not so.
Stay on my peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, where so she lie, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I'm ugly as a bear, and beasts that meet me run away for fear. No marvel then, do Demetrius as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and disassembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fairy eye? But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he loved your Hermia? Lord, what though? And Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier made. Things growing are not ripe until season, so I, being now not yet ripe to season, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes where I o'erlook love's stories, written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, it's not enough that I never have, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye. You must flout my insufficiency? Good truth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refuse, should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a serpent of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, are hated most of those they did deceive. Therefore my serpent and my heresy, of all be hated but most of me, and all my powers address thy love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Oh, I thee for pity, what a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away. You sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander, lord? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, speak! Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive that you were not nigh, either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brick our tarrying house, and we shall do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Quince,
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword and kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide by. How you answer that?
By our Larkin of harmless fear. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have advice to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let that prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and for the better assurance of the audience, that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No. Make it 2 more. Write it in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it. I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself. To bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. There's not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living. And we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell she is not a lion.
No. She must name her name, and half of her face must be seen through the lion's mouth. And she must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect. Ladies! Or, gentle ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. For if you think I come hither as a lion to pity of my life, no, I am no such thing. I am a human as all humans are. And there, let her name her name and tell them plainly she is Snug, the joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there's two hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Don't the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why? Then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at that casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to present or disfigure the person of moonshine. And then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for so says the story, Pyramus and Thisbe did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Oh. Some man or other must present wall, and let them have some plaster or some loam or some rough casted about them to signify wall, and let them hold their fingers thus, and through that cranny may Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play? Toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe! The flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors. It's odors.
Odors. Thisbe! The flowers of hors d'oeuvre savor sweet.
Odors.
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 Yeah, third time's the charm.
Thisbe! The flowers of odors savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe, dear. But hark, a voice! Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger, Pyramus, then ere play here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, very must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant brow, most frisky juvenile, and act most lovely Jew, as true's horse, that yet will never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb, man. Why must you not speak that yet? That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
As true's horse, that yet will never tire.
Ah! If I were fair, Thisbe, if only I were thine.
Oh, monstrous, oh, strange, we are haunted. Bring us help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire. And I'll neigh, I'll bark, I'll grunt, I'll roar, I'll burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Why do they run from me? It's the knavery of them to make me afeared.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed.
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me. If they could. But I will not stir. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, and I will show them I am not afraid. Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. Mama shark, do 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 do, mama shark, do 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 do, mama shark, do 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 do, mama shark.
What angel waketh me from my flowery bed?
Grandma shark, do 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 do, grandma shark, do 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 do, grandma shark, do 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 do, grandma shark.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored to thy note, as mine eye enthralled to thy shape. In thy fair virtue's force, for forth doth move me, on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. But, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity will not make honest neighbors good friends. Nay, I can gleep on occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get me out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt stay here whether thou wilt or no. I'm a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state. And I do love thee. Therefore, go with me, and I will give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they will fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while on pressed flower you sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou like an airy spirit you will go. Peas, blossom, cobweb, moat, and mustard seed.
Ready, and I, and I, and I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bag steal from the humble bee, and as for night tapers, prompt their waxen thighs. Have my love to bed and to arise. Nod to him else and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal. Hail. Hail. Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you more acquaintance, good Madam Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. I beseech your worship's name.
Peas blossom.
Oh, I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peace God, your father. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Madam Peace Blossom. Your name, honest gentlewoman.
Mustard seed.
Oh, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like Oxbeef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Madam Mustard Seed.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, weeps with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with the monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dole and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fixed on his head, anon his Thisbe must be answered. And forth my mimic comes when they him spy as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet padded coughs many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at a sight away his fellows fly. And here o'er at our stamp, here o'er and o'er one falls, he murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost in their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats from yielders, all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, a force she must be eyed.
Oh, stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but this not the man.
Oh, why you rebuke him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee for worse, for thou I fear hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleeping, or shoes in blood plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he was to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep and so displease her brother's noontides with the antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced to the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering spheres.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him to me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hound.
Out, dog, out, cur, thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Durst thou looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch, could not a worm an adder do so much? An adder did it, for doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion in a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead. For aught this I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more whether he be dead or no.
There is no falling her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure will pay, for if this tender here, I make some set.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprison must perforce ensue some true love turn, and not a false turned true.
Then fate, rules, that one man holding truth a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick is she of pale and cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look who I go, swifter than an arrow from a Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hits with Cupid's archery, sink in the apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena, is here at hand, and the youth, mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand by. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one that must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never taught me in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more, when truth kills truth, oh devilish holy ray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even both weigh as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, he loves not you.
O Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy, oh how ripe in show, thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow, that pure white congealed, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turned to a crow. Oh, when thou holdest up thy hand, oh let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh spite, oh hell! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriments. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, in all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is guestwise sojourned, and now to Helen is its home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Ugh! Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril though buy it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye inspection takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Where it doth impair the seeing, since it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by my eye, Lysander, found my ear, I think it brought me to thy sound, but why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide, fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak as you think it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined, all three, to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived, to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, always all forgot? All school days friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both one song, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet an union in partition. Due but to one, and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friends? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide before it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not said, Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious celestial, wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so ingracious you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved? This you should pity, rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I too persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, do not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Say, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him wrong that says I love thee not.
I say, I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Away, you Ethiop.
No, take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr. Vile thing, I'll shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this, sweet love?
Thy love, out, tawny Tartar, out. Out, loathed medicine, O hated potion hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, Soothe, and so do you.
Demetrius, I'll keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I will not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What, can you do me no greater harm than hate? Hate me, wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, and since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of question of hope, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me. You juggler, you cankerbuss, and you thief of love, what, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, in faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures, and she hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height for so she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low that I can reach my nails under thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truishness. I am a right mate for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of yourself and this would. He followed you, for love I followed him. He hath chid me hence and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go, to Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, fair Helena, she shall not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again, nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass, nay, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious. In her behalf that scorns her services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend, never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow, nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I'm amazed and know not what to say.
This is thine negligence. Still thou must thinkest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? Therefore proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes, and so far am I glad it so did sword, for their jangling I esteem a sport.
thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry sky cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within the other's way. Like to Lysander sometimes frame thy tongue, then stir up Demetrius with bitter wrong. Then rail thou sometime like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error in his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they awake, all this derision shall seem a dream and truthless vision. Then back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My very lord, this must be done with haste, for nights of dragons cutting the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger. Athens approach, ghosts wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their warmy beds are gone, for fearless they should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exiled from light, and must aid consort to black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester, the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, make no delay. We may effect this business before it is day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, draw and ready. Where art thou now?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then, to plainer ground. Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward? Art thou fled? Speak! In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I, for I followed fast, but faster did he fly, that fallen am I in dark, uneven way. Here will rest thee. Come now, gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius, and avenge this spite.
Ho, ho, ho! Coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for while I walk, thou runs to me shifting in every place, and dares not stand or look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me, thou shalt bidest here. If ever I thy face by daylight see, now go thy way, faintness constrains me, to measure out my length on this cold bed. 5 days approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, seal me away from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more. 2 of both kinds make up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad. Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with the briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I will rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean for a friend. Sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight of thy former lady's eye. On the country proverb known,
every man should take his own, in your waking shall be known. Jack shall love Jill, naught shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well. Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do cloy, and stick muck roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where is Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And, good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, good monsieur. And, monsieur, make sure the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, signor. Where is Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your knife, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, but to help cavalry Cobweb scratch. I must to the barber soon, for methinks I am marvels hairy about the face. And I am but a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonably good ear for music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desires to eat?
Oh, truly a peck of provender. I can munch your good dry oats, and methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I would rather have a handful or two of your dried peas, but pray you, that none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will win thee in my arms. Fairies be gone and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle, gently entwist the female ivy so. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Puck. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage I now begin to pity, for, meeting her of late behind the wood, I did upbraid with her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples had then rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty Florian's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave to me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of tonight's accidents than as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud, or Cupid's flower, hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
Well, there lies your love.
Ugh. Oh, how my eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Puck, take off this head. Titania, music call and strike more dead than common sleep of these 5 descents.
Musico, musicas charm sleep.
Now, thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus in all jollity.
Fairy King, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
And then, my queen, in silent sad, trip we after night's shade. We, the globe, can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night, that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed, and since we have the wayward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds uncoupled in the western valley. Let them go, dispatch, I say, find out the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain top, and mark the musical confusion of my hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bade the barren hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so fluged, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to with horn, nor cheered in Thessaly, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander. This Demetrius is, this Helena, or Nito's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and in hearing of our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds, but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know that you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as yet I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me it is true. I came here with Hermia. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without peril from the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough, my lord! You have enough! I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby defeating you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. My consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury followed them, Helen in fancy following me. But, my lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as snow. It seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the virtue, the faith, the object and pleasure of my eye, my lord, is only to Helen. To her, my lord, was I betrothed, there I saw Hermia, but like a sickness I did loathe this food. But as in health, come to my natural taste. Now I do live for it, love for it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple by and by with us these couples shall be eternally knit. And for the morning is now something worn, our purpose in hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I saw these things with a parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I found Demetrius like a jewel, my known and not my known.
Are you sure that we're awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and bid us to follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let us follow him, and by the way recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho! Quincy! Flute, the bellows mender. Snout, the tinker. Starveling! I have had a most rare vision. A dream, past the wit of any man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if you were to go about to expound upon this dream. Methought I was. But there is no man who can say what methought I was. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of the man hath not heard, the ear of the man hath not seen, his hand is not able to taste, nor his tongue to conceive, nor his heart able to report what dream it was. I will have Quincy write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream. For it hath no bottom. Mary. And I will sing it in the latter end of the play, before the Duke, peradventure to make it more gracious. I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not from the place barred, it goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyrrhus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. And he was a very paramour for his sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters! Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there are 2 or 3 lords or ladies more married. If our sport would have gone forward, we would have all been made merry.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom! Thus hath he lost 6 pence during his life. He could have not escaped 6 pence, and the Duke hath not given him 6 pence for playing Pyramus. I should be hanged! You have deserved it! 6 pence of Pyramus for nothing! Where are these lads? Where are their hearts?
Bottom, almost courageous day, almost happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you, I am not true Athenian. No, I will tell you right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, new strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, and every man look o'er his part. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen. Let her that plays the lion not pare her nails, but they shall hang out of the lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I am sure that to hear them say it was a sweet comedy. No more words. Away. Go away.
Strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I may never believe these fairy toys, nor these antique fables. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lover, the lunatic, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, in a fine frenzy, sees Helen's beauty in the brow of Egypt. The poet, in a fine frenzy, doth glance from heaven to earth and from earth to heaven, and as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet gives to them a shape, and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks have strong imagination. that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. But howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us wait in your royal walks here, board your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks, what music? How shall we beguile this lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle of the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Will none of that. That have I told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules. The battle of the tipsy Bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror. The thrice 3 muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with the nuptial ceremony. A tedious and brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical in mirth. Tedious and brief, tragical and mirth. That is hot ice and wondrous snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious, for in all the play there is not one word apt, nor one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men and women that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. It is nothing, nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intent, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in. And ladies, take your places.
I love not to see wretchedness or charge and duty nor service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what noble duty cannot do, noble respect takes in might, not merit. Where I have come from, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents, and in conclusion have dumbly broken off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of the silence yet I picked a welcome. And it read from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love therefore and tongue-tied simplicity speak most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let them approach.
Woo! Let's do this!
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as mighty to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you are to know all that you are like to know.
This one doth not stand upon points.
She hath rid her prologue like a rough colt. She knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord, it is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, she hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound but not in government.
Her speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at the show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This one with lime and rough cast off presenteth wall, that by a wall which did these lovers sunder, and through walls chink, poor souls they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This one with lantern, dog, and push of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb there to woo. This grisly beast which lying in height by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright, and as she fled her mantle did she fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. And now comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and find his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, wrought with blade, with bloody blameful blade. He bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, the lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain, at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a cranied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly, this loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am the same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Oh, Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim old night! Oh, night, with you so black! Oh, night, whichever autumn day is not! Oh, night, alack, alack, alack! I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot! And thou, wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine! Thou, wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall.
You're welcome.
Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see! Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss! Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me!
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, she should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now. You will see it will fall pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wall, for Artemis thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in me.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am my lover's grace, and like Lymander, and my trusty still.
And I like her until the fates kill me.
Oh, not Shafalish to Procus was so true.
A chefless Hippocras I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I taste the walls, but not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Thy life, thy death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, this wall away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when wars are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
Must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of themselves than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. But here comes in two noble beasts, a human and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the quietest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, as Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, no else no lion's dam. For if I should come in strife into this place, pour pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, and of good conscience.
The very best of beast, my lord, that I e'er saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well, leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
Why, he should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself the man in the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of the rest. The man should be put in the lantern. How else is the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I am weary of this moon, which he would change.
It appears by her small light of discretion that she is the wane. But yet in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to tell you is that this lantern is the moon. I am the man in the moon. This thorn bush is my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love? Oh! Hi!
Well roared, lion!
Well run, Thisbe!
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moonshines are the good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for by thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of truish Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes do you see? What can it be? O dainty duck, O dear. Thy mantle good? What stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. O fate, come, confred and thrum, quell, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Be true, my heart. I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, dost thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which was the fairest dame that lived, that liked, that loved, that looked with cheer. Come tears, confound, out sword, and wound. That pap of Pyramus, I that left pap, where the heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead, now am I fled. My soul is in the sky, rise up, rise up. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, die.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead, he is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he may recover, and yet prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks you should not use them long for such Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which this be? For he a woman, for she a woman, God bless us. For he a man, God warrant us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means vitulescent.
Asleep, my love, what? Dead, my dove! Oh, Pyramus, arise, speak quite dumb. Dead, a tomb must cover thy sweet eyes, these lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Oh, lovers make moan, his eyes were as green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk, lay them in gauze that you'll show his shears, his thread of silk, but tongue not to wood. Come, trusty sword, come, blade my breast to brew. Ow! I fell with no face. Must this be ends? Adieu!
I'll take you.
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
No, I assure you, sir, the wall that parted their fathers is down. Would you like to see an epilogue or to hear a bergomath between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse, never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need be none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ the play hath played Pyramus, and hanged himself in Thisby's garter, it would have made a fine tragedy. And so it is very truly and very notably discharged. But come your bergomask, and let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall oversleep the coming morn, as much we this night have overwatched. The palpable and gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. And so, lovers to bed. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity, in nightly revels and new jollity.
Howls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary.
Very stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And to the issue they create ever shall be fortunate, and the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hairlip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as our despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate every fairy's his gate, and each several chamber blessed through the palace with sweet peace. And to the owner of it, blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay. Meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. that you have but slumbered here whilst these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the Puck a liar's call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Puck shall restore amends.